So good day, everybody. I didn't get my morning video done. I almost used the other word. It makes me laugh every time. I had a pretty busy morning, had a good morning. Still want to try to pan those. I figured it out earlier. Well, there we are anyway. So up before the sun again, getting the three-footers ready for school. We did chorizo and eggs this morning. Got them going, and then got ready for my mundane job tomorrow. Gotta go take care of a stucco patch, and hopefully some more masonry jobs are just waiting to happen, getting past the holidays and stuff. Need all I can get. We had a meeting today with this ongoing process for this other project I work on, and I have a lot of feelings about that other project. They're a lot better now than they were, simply because we're changing. If nothing else, we're changing the tone and scope and geography of the project. It had a really tainted history as a project, and you know, as much as we tried to get away from that, and we produced a quality product, nevertheless, we weren't able to quite throw off some of that stuff, and so we've changed the geography. We got our approval on our geography today, change, and so now we've got to put it all together by April, by the end of April. And so now comes some hustly work. So I don't know how much I'm going to get into the shop today or other things. I'm kind of buried in paperwork. I just got done with a whole series of notes for the project that we have to have and whatnot. But I hope people seeing this can understand my up and down emotions about something that my family has put their lifeblood in for the last 3 years almost. So the neat thing about it is at the beginning of this project, not this project, but this other project, I had a lot of excitement, and then that quickly waned because now I was dealing with a lot of people who are incapable of keeping their word about anything. That makes it really, really difficult to try to accomplish anything. So you know, we worked through that, and you know, altered how we were doing it, got rid of people like that, tried to get rid of negative things, and you know, they just attack it from the outside. And so it just always had a taint to it, no matter how awesome it came out, and it really did. I mean, we went 3 for 3 awesome on this project, and this previous one and current one too. Not this a year under canvas, but this other project. And so my feelings now are that, you know, are of excitement again, because we are eliminating some of the angles by which people can be negative about it. We've eliminated some of the opportunities that people are going to have to really sabotage the hard work of everybody I care about. So that on that level, it's a good thing. We're also expanding the project scope. At one point in time, it was a very, almost excessively simplistic project. And now it's something that's encompassing a lot more, and I will talk about it more in depth as we get closer, because it's going to become a major part of my life this year again. And I actually wasn't anticipating that. I was pretty sure it wasn't gonna manifest this year, and despite all the work and the time and effort we've been putting into it, that just is just too much hoo-ha in the world. But you know, our chickens started laying again. They had a strange dry spell, and we got our other project rolling in a way that makes sense to those of us that are going to be doing the most of the work for it. And you know, who knows, maybe maybe I'll get some more jobs and pay some more bills. So maybe if I hadn't been out here for a week, I would have gone to the meeting with a different mindset and a different emotional state than I did, because there was a moment in the meeting, I think, where it could have gone bad, and there's a time when I would have probably said the thing that would have made it go bad, just out of frustration or aggravation that my time's been wasted for so long and so many months. And instead, person said something I thought was silly, and instead of being offended by it, I very firmly, undiplomatically, very firmly pointed out that that's irrelevant without these other things. And that person said, well, what do you mean it's irrelevant without those other things? You've got those other things. I'm like, do we? Then it made everybody stop for a second. They go, Well, yeah, we need to talk about that, huh? Because we were under the assumption. So we actually worked it out. And I don't think I would have worked it out a week ago. Well, maybe I would have. Brenda was there. Brenda's calmer than I am most of the time. So, but anyhow, it did. I actually worked it out, and that was a good thing. We got that rolling. Brenda's typing like mad in the house, and I wrote up a bunch of pages of stuff for it, and I'm doing some, letting people know, notifying people, because we had just about canceled the first half of the project this year, and then people had actually started. I went ahead and told people that are helping the project, go ahead and tell people to stand down from it. We're not going to do it. And it looks like, as I couldn't get a word from the people I needed to get a word from, and we got the word, so it's happening. And so I'm in a pretty good place with that. Actually, I'm in a pretty excited place. I got some anticipation issues because I'm worried that I don't think this first one this year is going to be huge. We came out with small when we started this other project 3 years ago. We came out with really small, and then really implemented it too a little over 2 years ago. We really had really small expectations, and it went big fast. And I hope people can understand, and I hope I don't get upset if this doesn't go big fast this time. If this takes the time that we expect it to take to grow, or even longer. By some of the sponsors of this other project today, I was very reassured when I told them, well, look, this short notice, I can't guarantee huge success the first event, much less this first year. I mean, it's going to take some time to build it, rebuild it. And they said, well, that's your problem. We don't care. You have 15 people, whatever. We'd like it to be bigger than that, but right now we just want to give you the opportunity to do it. And so that was really unexpected to be heard. Just so much of what I deal with in the world, people expect big dollar signs and really, really fast results, instant gratification, and so that was pretty neat. And so I've been real on frantic flurry since then, and it's been a busy, packed morning with a lot of mundane stuff. I'm gonna go back in the teepee now. I'm gonna light the fire, have some tea, decompress a little bit, and look what I need to do. With the geography change for this other project that we've been involved in for the last couple of years, I'm going to save about 80 hours myself just on the geography change alone for this event. So that's just one of the event. I mean, 160 hours for the year, and I think that's great. It's going to be different. It's not going to be tied. The previous incarnation of the other event was tied to a lot of past negativity. People had bad taste in their mouths about other people that attempted similar projects, and we're really starting fresh up where we're at, putting it now. So that's pretty neat. So we won't have that baggage. We won't have as much. I'm sure the hate mail won't stop. I get plenty of that. Just got some of that today, but I'm sure that a lot of the other stuff we were dealing with will just fall by the wayside. So it's something pretty interesting. It's pretty exciting. I'll be bringing this camera along on Friday. Me and my friend Dan are going to go meet the guy in charge of the land we're going to be using for this other project, Paul, and he's a great guy. And so I'm going to do a little filming out there, and we'll talking about what we're doing. And so I'm going to bring everybody up to speed with these just as soon as I am ready to. I'm ready to not have to speak so much at length about it. And looking forward tonight. I wanted to talk about this. I'm kind of running along. Tonight we're going to do. I'm going to go to Temple, and one of the aesthetics we decided on for this year was that the resumption of my faith was really important. In the course of the last couple of years, I've let it fall by the wayside in order to make time for other things, and also accommodate other people's feelings on my faith making them uncomfortable, so to speak. And I'm not going to do that this year. I'm not a proselytizer, everything, but I do want to openly be able to live my identity. And so I'll be doing that more this year as part of the aesthetic, because also in the last few years I really stopped making art, and there's a lot of stress, but and my faith and art are really tied together. And so tonight's what we call the growing light, and it's time of beginnings and ends, so it's really auspicious. We're putting some we're putting some. We toast the dead and we toast the new birthed, and it's really an interesting time in a year that started on a new moon. Our first waxing moon, growing light. My first time back to Temple. I'm going to make every circle this year, and do my duty to my gods and my ancestors and my descendants, and so I'm looking forward to that. And we're going to have a roast pork. I think some of our pork produced from our pigs, and we're going to have drums and singing and silliness with the kids, and I think we'll start outside under the sky because that's how we're supposed to do it, and then we may end up in the teepee with a little bit of cocoa afterwards or whatever. It is a school night, so we won't run real late, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be pretty just watching the dog run by, and I apologize for that. But anyway, we're looking forward to that too. So one of the aesthetics we agreed upon was the resumption of my faith. So growing light's a great time to start with that, and we'll proceed through the year with those. And I'll talk a little bit about those as they come up. And if it makes you uncomfortable, just skip that part, And the other thing I want to put in this video is if people are starting to have questions, or they'd like to see something, or whatever, please feel free to contact Abby at any of the sites that this stuff's on, or Brenda, and they'll forward me that stuff, or you can contact me at my number directly, those of you that have it. I'm not giving it out publicly, although it's about 15 places on the internet you can find it. It is one of those things that I'd like to hear from people, questions. No, I don't wear the same sweater every day. I own 2 matching sweaters, so y'all can figure that part out. And other than that, I haven't had a whole lot of questions. I've had some great support, emails, letters, calls, text messages already. People telling me that they really see some good things happening with this, so I love to hear that. And I'm starting to see some differences in some people in my life too, not just my family, but people around me. I'm starting to see people be themselves more too, so I think that's a really good thing. So, it's not as long as it could be, but it's a pretty long video, so we'll call it at that, and I'm going to go back to work after I get some downtime in the teepee and see what we can figure out for this other project. I will talk more about that in a little bit.